When we talk about the sexualization of K-pop idols, the focus is often on female idols. We critique how girl groups are dressed in revealing outfits, given suggestive choreography, and filmed from angles that prioritize their bodies over their talents. This is an important issue, but there's another side to the story that often gets overlooked. Male idols also face sexualization, though in a different way. The uncomfortable truth is that when female idols are objectified, it's widely recognized as a problem. But when male idols undergo the same treatment, it's often brushed off as harmless fan service. This double standard gives the false impression that it's not a big deal. Some even go as far as to call it a privilege, as if being objectified for public consumption is something idols should be grateful for. Let's set the record straight. Sexualization is not a privilege, it's exploitation. Whether male or female, when an idol's body is prioritized over their talent, artistry, or personal well-being, that's a serious issue. From the moment male idols debut, the industry forces them into one of two hyper-sexualized roles: the dominant masculine bad boy or the soft, delicate boyfriend material. Both of these roles come with intense levels of objectification. The bad boy image pressures idols to show off their abs, perform sultry dances, and maintain a hypermasculine persona. On the flip side, the soft boy role encourages idols to be flirtatious, engage in suggestive interactions with other members, and fuel the shipping culture, where fans create fictional romantic pairings. In both cases, their bodies, personalities, and interactions are molded to maximize marketability, not artistry. But here's the real question. Do these idols actually enjoy these roles, or are they being coerced into them by their agencies? Some male idols do enjoy showing off their physique, performing sensual choreography, or engaging in flirtatious fan service. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as it's their personal choice. The issue arises when they have no agency in the matter. Many idols face pressure, sometimes even coercion, from their agencies to embody these hyper-sexualized personas, and saying no isn't always an option. There are countless examples of male idols who have expressed discomfort, yet continue to comply with their agency's demands. How often have we seen idols hesitate before revealing their abs, clearly awkward because they know it's expected of them? How often do we see one member pulling up another's shirt on stage to reveal their abs, while the idol looks visibly embarrassed? These moments might seem lighthearted, but in reality, they often reflect the idol's discomfort and lack of control over their own image. Take BTS's Jungkook, for example. He's openly admitted that he feels uneasy showing his abs and doesn't like taking off his shirt, but his agency still pushed him to do it. EXO's Kai has talked about how he struggled with the sexy concept imposed on him by SM Entertainment. Even though he was uncomfortable at first, he was eventually conditioned to accept it. Atiz's San was visibly uncomfortable when fans chanted for him to take off his shirt during a performance, but the pressure from both the industry and the fans made it almost impossible for him to say no. This is where fan service crosses the line. When idols are pressured into revealing their bodies, performing sensual dances, or engaging in suggestive behavior for commercial success, can we really still call it fan service? Or is it exploitation? Agencies are fully aware of the power they hold. They train idols to look a certain way, impose strict diets, and craft performances designed to maximize marketability. For many idols, it's not about personal choice, it's about what their companies demand. And if they refuse, they risk being labeled as difficult, uncooperative, or ungrateful. The entertainment industry conditions idols to believe that sexualization is just part of the job. If they reject it, they fear losing opportunities, screen time, or even being excluded from promotions. Some idols genuinely believe they won't succeed unless they meet these hyper-sexualized expectations. But it's not just the agencies reinforcing this narrative, it's the fans too. While fans understandably enjoy seeing their idols look good, sometimes they cross the line. Fans can demand shirtless performances, flood live streams with comments about abs, and put idols in uncomfortable situations during fan meetings. There have even been instances where idols who refuse to lift their shirts have been booed. Let that sink in. An idol tries to set a personal boundary, and fans punish them for it. This is how deeply ingrained the culture of sexualization is in the industry. Now let's consider the psychological and emotional impact. Even if an idol initially complies, how does it affect them in the long term? Many idols don't realize the harm until later in their careers. Some have openly confessed that they feel empty inside, that they hate being valued only for their appearance, and that they wish people cared more about their talent than their bodies. Others have struggled with body dysmorphia, anxiety, and depression due to the overwhelming pressure to maintain a perfect physique. Just like female idols face eating disorders from societal pressure to be thin, male idols suffer from body image issues because of the expectation to be muscular and fit. Yet this issue is largely ignored. Why? Because society expects men to just deal with it. And let's not forget the families of these idols. Imagine being a parent watching your child, whom you've supported and sacrificed for, reduced to nothing more than an object for public consumption. Many idols come from humble backgrounds, and their families likely envisioned them becoming respected artists, not commodities. Some idols have even apologized to their families for the sexualized concepts they've been forced to perform. This speaks volumes about how they truly feel about the exploitation they face. So, why is this conversation so often overlooked? Why do we criticize the sexualization of female idols but turn a blind eye when male idols are subjected to the same treatment? Why is it empowering when a female idol speaks out about discomfort, but when a male idol does the same, he's labeled as ungrateful or weak? It's time we recognize that male idols deserve the same respect, autonomy, and freedom to set boundaries as their female counterparts. They should be celebrated for their talent, not objectified for their appearance. As fans, we have the power to change this culture. Instead of demanding abs and provocative performances, let's celebrate idols for their music, their artistry, and their dedication. At the end of the day, whether male or female, every idol deserves to feel respected, valued, and in control of their own body.